X is a brothel area in the city. There are around 25 female sex workers in the brothel area at any given time. Aged between 22 and 38 years, each female sex worker has an average client load of 10 to 15 per week. Seema is the peer educator who works with the local NGO. She is from the area and provides condoms and information on STIs and HIV/AIDS to her peers. In the last monthly meeting, the program manager shared data on service uptake. From Seema's area, only 16% of the female sex workers visited the Project STI clinic. Seema was questioned on the same. She said that the female sex workers in her area take condoms from her but are not interested in accessing the clinic services. Prakash, the concerned outreach worker, was reprimanded for Seema's poor performance. Prakash decides to take matters into his own hands. The next week, he visits brothel area X and talks to the female sex workers there. He comes back to office and reports the following to the program manager. The female sex workers seem to have basic knowledge about STIs and HIV/AIDS. They claim to use condoms during all sexual encounters. They visit the local private doctor in case of any complaints. They are annoyed by Seema's repeated visits and talks on STIs and HIV/AIDS. As the program manager of the project, how would you plan to resolve this issue and reach out to the community? Let us now pause and discuss the situation a little further. We hope you have discussed the following. 1. The importance of needs assessment for each hotspot or site. If this is done well and at the start of the planning phase, then situations such as this one can be avoided. 2. Linkage between outreach and medical services. How best can outreach work act as a conduit to static service sites? And how can clinics in turn help reinforce the valuable role of outreach? 3. Strategies for involving preferred providers in the program. In this case, the private doctor the female sex workers visit. 4. Optimum use of manpower to achieve project goals. Use of other staff like counselors to reach out to the community in the field. 5. Arriving at a correct diagnosis of the underlying cause of the problem. For example, timing of the clinic, pressure from the brothel madam not to attend, possible stigma associated with visiting an STI clinic, etc. 6. Need for thinking of innovative ideas to reach out to the community. For example, can a service such as a Balwadi be provided by a linkage with another NGO in the area, thereby sending out a message to the community that their concerns are of importance. 7. Need to help staff talk about a variety of issues with community. For example, do outreach workers and peer educators require training in communication skills? 8. Linking other services and partnership with other organizations for community benefit. 9. Roles and responsibilities of each member of the project team. How can responsibilities complement each other? The impact of one non-performing member on the overall achievement level of the team. 10. Role of the outreach worker as a supervisor. Challenges likely to be encountered. Strategies to deal with the same.
Rajni, the program manager of the project, needs to submit the monthly report to the State AIDS Control Society. While preparing the report, she realizes that some information cells have not been filled by the outreach workers. These cells include data on distribution of condoms by the peer educators and reference to the integrated counseling and testing centers. Rajni assumes that this means no condoms were distributed by the peer educators and no referrals made to the ICTC. Thus, she reports it as 0 in the SACS monthly report. The same continues the next month, and Rajni discusses the issue with the ORWs. They promise to take care and look into the issue for the next month. With her busy schedule, Rajni forgets to check the reports the next month, and instead the MIS officer prepares and submits the report. In the quarterly meeting at SACS, Rajni is pulled up for the dismal condom distribution and ICTC referrals in her district. She realizes the mistakes made in the past 3 months and feels her team has let her down. Analyze how this situation could have been avoided and what remedial steps may be taken now. Let us now pause and discuss the situation a little further. We hope you have discussed the following. 1. The need for a program manager to be accountable and assume the responsibility for final outcomes in her project. 2. The importance of teamwork and coordination to achieve project goals. 3. The role of delegation and of supervision, especially in the area of data collection and analysis, stages at which quality checks are needed. 4. The importance of data accuracy and how mistakes can affect project planning and implementation. 5. The role of process, outcome and impact indicators and the value of each in the design and implementation of a successful targeted intervention project. 6. The role of the MIS officer in checking data and in reporting irregularities to the PM. 7. The role of the PM in sustaining team morale and obtaining team buy-in to the overarching goals